Good morning students. Today we shall learn about artificial vegetative propagation methods. Students, in our previous video, we have already understood what is artificial vegetative propagation. What is it? Yes. So it is about the man-made methods of producing new plants from the vegetative parts of the plant. So what are the vegetative parts of a plant? Stem, roots and leaves. So let us see what are the methods that are used by man to produce new plants from vegetative parts. So there are many methods, but only 3 are given in your textbook. That is cutting, layering and grafting. Let us see one after the other. So the first one is cutting. In this method, a stem or a branch with few nodes is cut and planted in a moist soil. After few days, the cut stems develop roots and shoots and grow into new plants. Right? See here, these are the cut stems of rose plants. Observe there are few nodes on it. These are then transferred into moist soil. After few days, these cut stems, they develop roots and also shoots on the nodes. See here, these are the small shoots. Shoots means branches. So now this stem cuttings grow as new plants. This is what is cutting method. This method is used to propagate plants like rose, hibiscus, etc. Now the second method is layering. In this method, the lowermost branch of a plant is bent like an arch, close to the ground and covered with moist soil in such a way that the growing tip of the plant remains above the soil surface. Remember that the covered portion contains at least one node. After few days, this covered portion develops roots under it at the node point. This rooted branch is then cut and grown as new plant. This method is used to propagate plants like nerium, jasmine, raspberry, etc. So this is about layering. Now it is grafting. Grafting means antukattadam. In this method, the stems of two different plants of same species are joined together such a way that they grow as a single plant. For this process, two plants with desired characters are selected. Let us say plant A produces many fruits. Plant B is disease resistant. Then a branch of plant A is cut and put over the cut end of the plant B as shown in this figure. Now the cut ends are wrapped with polythene cover and tied tightly. This prevents infection and helps the joining of xylem and phloem of both the plants. After few days, both the plants unite with each other and become a single plant. This plant now shows the desired characters of both the plants, that is disease resistance and production of many fruits. Here, the stem of the plant which is in contact with the soil is called as stalk, and the stem which is tied to the stalk is called as scion. So, in our example, plant B is stalk and plant A is scion. So, the plant which is attached to soil is called stalk and the plant without roots and which is attached to stalk is scion. Remember these two terms for the exam purpose. Now, this method is the common method used to propagate mango, citrus, apple, etc. However, this process can also be used among different species of same genus or sometimes different genus of same family. Such an example is pomato. Last year you studied about this pomato plant, right? Yes. So pomato is a plant that is grafted between, that is the product of grafting between potato and tomato. So when potato plants are grafted with tomato, what we get is pomato. This pomato plant produces both potatoes and tomatoes. Potatoes are produced underground and tomatoes aerially. Very interesting, right? Yes, sometimes it happens, but this is not always successful. Grafting is not always successful between different species. different genus and different families, and very successful when it is made between the plants of same species. This is all about artificial methods of vegetative propagation. Now we shall understand about the advantages of vegetative propagation. So students, the plants which are grown by vegetative propagation, whether it is naturally or artificially, they grow faster and produce fruits early when compared to normal plants, because normal plants, they have to germinate from seeds, grow into particular height, and then they have to yield fruits, right? But these are already ready. They have shoot, they have enough leaves, so they start producing fruits. That is the first advantage. Then this is the only option of reproduction in seedless plants and also plants that produce non-viable seeds. So for instance, sugarcane, it produces non-viable seeds. Even banana does not have seeds at all. Pineapple, they have non-viable seeds, means seeds which are not capable of germinating. So in such plants, the only option is vegetative propagation. Alant plants lo manam vegetative propagation maatrame cheyagalem. That is an advantage. Next, the plants which are produced by vegetative propagation, they are genetically similar to the parent plant, because there is only single parent which is producing the baby plant. So it shows all the characters of the parent plants. That is also an advantage. Understood? I hope you all understood all the three methods of artificial vegetative propagation. With this, we have completed asexual reproduction. In the coming sessions, we are going to see sexual reproduction, particularly in human beings. Thank you, students.